Okay. Yes. Hello to you all. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. Okay, so a little bit of perspective here. Your old pal, your old pal EZ, it was on, let's see. It was, when was it? When did I have my doctor's appointment? Fuck. Is it not in here? What month are we in? We're in September. Well, I could have swore it was like the 5th. Today's like, no, I guess it wasn't. I guess it was late no, it was the 29th of August. Jesus, get your head out of your ass. That I went to the doc and got on the scale and saw, I think I said 186.4 before, but I think it was 187.6. I got to write that shit down. Okay. Yes, that's what it was. 187.6. Never been heavier. Chunky monkey, easy rhyme. It was that point that I said, enough. It has now been 2 weeks and 2 days. This morning, 182.6. Wait a minute. Yeah. 182.6. So 5, right? Yes. 5 pounds in 2 weeks and 2 days. Very, very happy with that. And it hasn't been easy. I have established some type of momentum where the eating is in control. I haven't really had any problem with that. It's been in the only thing I can attribute it to is just keeping with the fat fuck mindset of I'm only going to worry about what's going on right now, this minute. I'm not going to worry about 1 hour from now. I'm not going to worry about 1 hour ago. Brandis says, are you making sustainable changes? That's a great question. Is it something you can keep up for the long term? I think so. Because honestly, I've really enjoyed my food. I have a tendency to kind of eat a lot of the same things, and I always have, whether they're shitty or not so shitty. Like this morning, I had this nice little natural trail mix full of almonds and a couple of raisins and shit like that because I was short on time. Normally, I'll actually make up a bowl of friggin' cocoa wheats. I love my cocoa wheats. Yes. It's nothing too extravagant on the I'm not like doing extreme changes to my diet where I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing. I've actually enjoyed it. The smoothies are a lifesaver. I enjoy drinking them. It's like a treat. They're so tasty to me. That's a regular thing with protein powder in it. A little bit of frozen fruit, a little bit of yogurt. Then yesterday, like my thing that I'll do every day that is like shit that I don't really worry about what is going into it. You know, I'm not like, I'll make like a sandwich or something like that. That was my big thing yesterday. I had a sandwich and it was awesome because I'm learning how to make really great food as the world's greatest fry cook over at Bosco's Pub. So I made this sandwich that I just really enjoy making. And it was fantastic. You know, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, turkey. And, you know, it was great. It was great. Then later in the day, okay, it's time to wind down. It's about 5 p.m. No, I take it back. It was like closer to 6, which I have to do the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast on a Big Fraud Wednesday last night. So I got to eat. I'm hungry. Had a leftover baked potato. And I don't just like eat the potato raw. I put the shit I want on a baked potato. Some cheese, some sour cream, little butter, full on big thing of butter right on that fucking thing. Heat it up. Boom. And then that's when I had the protein shake to go with it. The key is my doctor told me, whenever you're going to eat the carbs, Eric, eat protein with it. Because the carbs will throw you right up, your blood sugar level right up. But then it'll drop down if you don't have any protein there, which is a slower process to get any type of sugar out of it. It keeps your blood sugar at an appropriate level as opposed to it spiking and dropping back down. I go, well, that's great advice. So, holy shit, I'm off and running, and then I didn't eat another thing for the rest of the day. Now, I got done with the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and I was quite fraudulent on the day's activity. I had managed to squeeze in one walk, but I only had like half of my fitness ring closed, or my movement ring. All right? And I'm like, okay, it's 8:40 in the evening. Diana is in bed. Daisy, not Daisy, damn it, I did it again. Darla is in bed with Diana, who, by the way, is recovering from getting spayed, and she's a little low energy. More on her in a second, but she's fine. It's 8:40, night falls. I'm like, fuck. Well, I gotta post this half-finished movement ring to the Fraudulent Fatties page. Like, fuck that shit. And I went outside and started walking. And I had to walk for, I did one massive lap around the neighborhood. And then I go walking up to the house. And then as I'm in the house, it updates. And I have to hit 17 more calories to meet my fitness goal. Diana's like, come to bed. And I'm like, now this is really going to be a pile of shit if I don't put my shoes back on again and go march down to the corner, do a quick 5-minute power walk and back and close this movement ring. So it was about 10 o'clock last night and I closed that fucker. I did it, man. I felt good. Posted it to Fraudulent Fatties on our Facebook group. And that's it. That's it. Close the book on the day. I feel great about that. Today's a new day. So I took the little victory lap. That's it. Forget that now. On to the next day. What am I going to do today to be less disgusting? We've managed to, in 2 weeks and 2 days, eliminate 5 pounds of mass. And to illustrate that, I went ahead and I have like a 5-pound weight in the basement, and I'm like holding it, and I'm like, my God, this was on me, and now it's gone. I love that. I'm still thinking that Amanda is AWOL. I don't trust her a bit. To me, she's like, the group is like Alcoholics Anonymous, I think that her being quiet is leading me to think that she's absolutely cheating on us. I do not trust her one bit. She says that in her when she said, today I just ate snacks. This was like 3 days ago. And then she must have heard me comment about it. Like, what do you mean you're eating snacks? She says, oh, yeah, it was snacks like cottage cheese and string cheese with protein water. Sus. I wrote, I'm not seeing anything of Amanda saying, yeah, I went for a walk. Present, she says, it's been a shit show week. I don't give a fuck. You started this fucking thing, asshole. Get out there and move. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, guys. Yeah, I've had a hard week. No one else has. I know you've all had great weeks. That's why you're able to go and appropriately eat and go for walks. Yeah, I'm not buying this shit, Amanda. Everybody on the Fraudulent Fat Fugs page is seriously on red alert at all times. Every disgusting person on there, me included. If I suddenly am no longer on there chit-chatting with the group or giving an update, that's a bunch of shit. Kenny makes a great point. Moving and steps at work don't really count if it's what you've always been doing already. Amanda says, I moved heavy carts, tables, and walked around my plant for 20 minutes. That's what you've done every day. And look at what it's gotten you. You need to do more. I'm not going to get into an argument with you about this. You came up with the concept. You're the one who said, EZ, I love it when you beat me up. Okay, now do you want to participate and have us help you? Or do you just want to sit around and announce that you're eating like shit and you're not moving? If that's the case, relinquish your moderation powers and get out. We don't have time for your bullshit. We only have time to encourage those who are actually putting the effort forth. You suck. Don't ever forget that. Today, you suck. You are not holding up your end of the bargain. Very, very fraudulent. Okay? Two things. Don't eat like a cock and walk. Aram says changing the eating habits will make the normal activity produce results. Well, maybe. But she's not doing that. She admits right there, I'll take the eating like shit. Okay, so basically you're in this group just to kind of like be there. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks. We'll just take care of ourselves over here and just watch you not take care of yourself, and then watch you complain about it. Yeah, thanks. We'll just participate in the group you made, and then you won't participate. That's fun. Thanks. Give me time. No, the game's already started, asshole. Give me time. Prepare yourself and act appropriately. This is all your invention. Hey, guys. I'm stoked about this Facebook group. Let's go have some fun and lose weight together. Okay, sure. I like it. Everybody signs up. Everybody participates. Amanda goes AWOL. And then when we finally get her back in, oh, yeah, I've had a hard week. I know you all have had great weeks. There's nothing in your individual lives that is more important than the tough week I'm having. Ugh. The next thing I want to hear from you is that you've actually had some success. My God. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Makes Facebook group, gives us excuses as to why she's not participating in Facebook group. our support group of people who are trying to improve their lives step by step. And now, instead of getting steps from you, I'm getting excuses and nonsense. Bullshit. I don't believe a word of this. Brandis seems to be able to do it okay. Kenny seems to be doing okay, except for when he eats 6 Oreos in the middle of the night. Nikki's lost 7 pounds. Congratulations. That makes me happy. So what the hell is going on? And Kenny is suffering with a debilitating back injury and can't sleep through the night. Amanda says, I'm happy to discuss it if you want to call me. Nope, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I want you to spend the day today not eating a pound of chocolate and walking. That's all I want. And I don't want to hear, the next thing I want to hear from you is, you're right. I don't know what happened to me. I'm back on board. No more excuses, dick. Ryan's lost 4.6 pounds. He's pre-diabetic. He says allegedly. I don't know why he says allegedly. By the way, make sure you weigh yourself in the morning. My God. So I am excited. I am excited about the prospect, except for I'm not excited about Amanda's excuse making. That's bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, John is back. If anybody wants to say anything to John, John is here. He says Eric has no problem fat shaming. Well, John, we're in a weight loss support group, you dummy. The point of this is she created a group so we can all get together and support each other in losing weight. And the idea was, if they don't, then we'll bust their balls. And there's Amanda says, I want him to fat shame. That's what everybody signed up for. Now, I know you like coming in here and stirring the pot, but unfortunately, what we're doing here is actually appropriate. It's what we set up. You should join. Everybody's correcting you now. Megan says, John, we all signed up to be fat shamed and be jerks to each other. It's a mutual agreement. John, you should, Ryan says you should join us. It would do your body good to get out and move a little bit. Chris says, please no. John's not that popular around here. But thanks for checking out the show again. All right. Now, about our lovely dog Darla here. Okay. I picked that sweet little thing up from the vet, and she's got her cone of shame. Now, about the cone of shame, it's called the E-collar. It goes around their head, looks like a lampshade. Okay. When the dog has it on, it doesn't have the ability to, lick the incision point, which could cause it harm, maybe damage the stitches and cause trouble in the dog's recovery from getting spayed. So she comes out. And she's just, she's only been out of sedation for a few hours, and she's just not normal. She's just like, fuck this. Okay. Dog's walking around. put her in the car, get her home. By the way, that e-collar is kind of a shit show. We have always, the second that the dog walks out of the vet, we've taken the e-collar off almost immediately. It's like impossible for the dog to do anything. She's low to the ground, so the thing is actually hitting the ground, and it's causing her to trip and causing her stress. It's terrible. John, I'm going to silence you because you're annoying everybody again. You're on a short leash here. You can stay and enjoy the show, but I'm gonna silence you because you're distracting everybody. So we take the damn thing off immediately. We've never had a problem. I just have to keep a close eye on her. Now, if she were alone for extended time, I might put it on her. But if she has that thing on, she doesn't sleep. She doesn't eat. It's terrible. So take that thing off. Get home. She hasn't eaten. And we're just about to give her some food. A little bit. Because if you give her too much, the dog can throw up. Too late. She manages to get on the couch. And I come walking up to her. And I'm like, Jesus, I didn't think you'd be able to get up on the couch. But she did, no problem. And then she's like, I have seconds to act. Now, between the couch and the carpet is the better option. That's quite easily cleaned with the machine, you know? This is not a fabric couch. It is it's a leather couch, and so then she pukes, and where it lands, it then all drains into the couch. This is like the type of incident where you just burn the couch at this point. And the quickness and speed that which everything that was in the dog's stomach landing on the couch and then disappearing into the couch was stunning. So I just go, I don't want to yell at her or anything. Jesus Christ, she's coming out of sedation. So I go, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Here, let's get you off of there. Pick her up, put her down on the carpet. She then pukes again on the carpet. So then it's like, put on the gloves that come up to her elbow, and I had to take apart the couch and to clean it. And that took forever. My God. So that was ugly. But she's fine. She's doing okay. They said no playtime for 7 days. And that's asking a lot. Because Bruce always wants to play. So I have to keep an eye on them because I don't want them to, have an issue. Haul the couch to East Lansing for the kids to burn in the streets. Don't burn the couch. Sell it on Marketplace. Someone like you'll buy it. That's true. We're going to keep the couch, though. I have sworn to Diana, we don't buy new furniture in this house. I said, if we are going to go ahead and have 4 dogs, and we don't care if they get on furniture, and we don't, there is no point in buying new furniture ever, because 1 week after we get new furniture, it looks like old furniture. Thus, that's a bad idea. So I made the deal with her. I go, if you can find me something great on Marketplace, I will buy it for you. But there is no way in hell we are going to go ahead and buy new furniture with 4 dogs and 2 cats. Every day, our animal pukes. Typically, it's the cats. But no. I mean, come on now. It's a challenge just to keep this house from smelling like fuck. And we may be nose blind. Have you ever heard, like when you're around something that smells like fuck for extended time, you start to become immune to the smell? So I don't know. I would have to have somebody come in and say, hey, I want you to be honest with me. Does it smell like shit? Does it smell like shitty dog? Does it smell like Irvine's bathroom after Ashley decides to give the puppy a bath in the sink? Megan says, if you want another cat, Jake is great, but I can't with his animal killing. Oh, your cat goes out and kills things in the neighborhood. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Ladies and gentlemen, I always like to point out when an absolute legend in the radio industry is in the room. He's probably blushing and telling me to shut the fuck up. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Eric Nagel. You can find E-Rock, his podcast. It's Eric Nagel. Also, he does the podcast with Brian Johnson from Tell 'em Steve Dave called Would You Kindly? At least I hope you still do that on Compound Media. And that is, of course, where E-Rock hosts me somehow from time to time. In 2 years and 1 month, I have published 12 shows. That averages out to 1 every 2 months. Would You Kindly ended in May, I'm now informed. Holy fuck, that's embarrassing. Fuck me. Sir Bob of Oliver says, bring back Would You Kindly. I feel bad about not knowing that. What an asshole. Nevertheless, God, what was I going to say about that? I had something in my brain I was going to say. Oh, on the latest edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast on Compound, somebody watched it and referred to me as Bizarro Gavin McGinnis. E-Rock says, I'm looking forward to the Eric Zane Halloween special because when I do those shows, my opinions sound like no one on Compound Media. And I'm just waiting for the day when E-Rock says, yeah, you've said too much. You're not welcome back. I usually say many things insulting about people who think like most of the people on Compound Media. But I'm hoping that the audience's skin is thick for the 5 to 10 people that enjoy my show on there, and they take it with a grain of salt. E-Rock says, grow a mustache and put on a Hawaiian shirt. E-Rock, you've got a lot of fans in here. Sir Bob of Oliver, Nick in the arena, he's a fan too. It's good to see that you are here. There is Nick right there. He says, I'm waiting for the day they fire Gio Bisconte. I don't understand the dislike for Gino Bisconte. I think he's very talented. You got to have somebody on there who's willing to stir the pot like that. He's quite good at thinking on his feet. I don't see any issues with him. I don't see any issues with Gino. I don't see any issues with Gavin McInnes. I think that Gavin might be one of the most talented people I've ever heard on a microphone. He's a psychopath, but he's very, very good. Are you kidding me? These are the people you want. You know? Nick says, I was a longtime O&A fan. Well, who wasn't? I was so intimidated by Opie and Anthony back in the day when they showed up in Grand Rapids. Sir Bob of Oliver says, I'm actually here from Compound. Didn't know you had a show until you were on with Anthony. Oh, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. Very, very cool. Yeah, that story goes back the O&A days here in Grand Rapids. We had just started to get a footing for about 2 years prior to them arriving in Grand Rapids by doing our show. And then typically in radio, when you get kind of over the hump where everybody's listening, no matter what you put in, it's tough to make that, it's tough to fuck that up. You really got to work to fuck it up if you start to really start to kick ass. So they got in, I think, just a bit too late. But of all the things that I did in radio that I was worried about when we did start to have any type of success was that show. Because I'd heard it enough that I was like, Jesus, fuck. They're funnier than we are. And if it's going to be between us doing our thing and them, the attention they command, they will get more attention from the things that they talk about and the things that they do and the trouble that they get in. So I was very, very worried. So then every month we would get these trend ratings, you know, and for some fucking reason it never caught on in Grand Rapids, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? How? I know what I would put a tape in the tape recorder and like record their show. This is what I would do. I would record our show and then their show in real time. All right." And so you've got 60 minutes of audio starting the recordings at exact same time. Let's say it's 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So I want to hear, I'm trying to recreate what an average person is doing in the car. And if they start listening to us and then I press play on both at the same time and turn the volume down on one boombox. Got two boomboxes. This is back in the day. One goes down. The Opie and Anthony one is down. And then ours is up. So I'm listening for something for interesting now. And then when it starts to lull, I'm like, all right, now I'm going to act like the average listener and turn this off and turn the volume down on my show and turn their volume up. And then I kept like, now it's tough to separate because I'm on the show, but I'm like trying to think like a listener. I'm like, well, this is more interesting. So, and then I'm running a timer on both as to how long I'm listening to one tape and how long I'm listening to another tape. And, you know, in the hour, like 40 of the minutes I was listening to Opie and Anthony because it was more interesting than what we were doing. I was like, oh my God, and I'm putting all this time and energy into it. Like, we're going to lose everything. We're dead. Holy fucking shit. And then the ratings come back and no one's listening. I'm like, what the fuck? How? What? E-Rock says a lot of places thought we were, quote, too New York or East Coast, so they wouldn't try the show. My God. And then there was the time when Michael Gray, E-Rock, do you remember Michael Gray? Okay. Michael Gray and Cluck. Opie and Anthony. Okay. Opie and Anthony.
Because it's stock.
Shit canned. I've played this from time to time in Grand Rapids. And they put this on. And Gray, the backstory with Gray is he was on WGRD and then our show moved in and he got fired. So he winds up running this radio station and Opie and Anthony are on. They fire Opie and Anthony and then Gray starts talking shit about them. Eventually, Gray is on this same station when it's sports in the morning. And then when I got fired from Freeburg Hot Wings, they fired him again and put me on. So every time, so twice, I've replaced this asshole. But back to when O&A got fired and they put Gray on, he starts talking shit about Opie and Anthony. They find out about it and they call.
Went from $19 down to 85.
Anthony's bitching. He's bitching about it was then known as Citadel Broadcasting. And they really fucked up Citadel. It eventually became Cumulus. It was this guy by the name of Fareed. And I forgot the chick's name. But they kind of fucked up the company.
Cents. Mm-hmm. And that means
Anthony's pissed off.
We got to go, and they got to drag in program directors and janitors to do morning shows.
Save money.
And that's the bottom line. They're doing this to save money. And, I hope it works for you because...
well, let's see. Let's see if it's working for them. This is some audio of Gray and Cluck. These guys replaced us in
Gray and Cluck. Oh.
Hey, I know I have a dopey radio name, but it's a dumb nickname I got when I was 12. These guys actually come up with names like this, thinking it's going to be the next great.
Opie was so much sharper when he was on the radio. He's just not the same when he's talking monologue style on a podcast.
Thing in radio. Gray and Cluck, everyone.
Top of the morning.
What's up?
6:02 Monday. I believe that I had the world's worst night of sleep ever.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I shut my eyes for more than about 11 and a half minutes at any point during the night. One of those where you look at the clock like, 7 minutes since the last time I looked at it.
Yeah,
Hey, look, 6 more minutes of my life has gone by. Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun to deal with today.
Yeah.
You just heard the edgiest show on radio. Gray and Cluck. Pew, pew, pew. Gray and Cluck in the mornings.
They actually said the edgiest show on radio. We're going to be abrasive, they said. Yeah. They're going to take it to the edge, man.
And the guy, I didn't sleep for more than 11 minutes. Anthony hasn't slept since February.
Right. Shut it. Tired of it.
Tell you.
Okay.
Gray and Cluck.
Crowning achievement.
The edgiest show on
Crowning achievement was spending 4 hours on the road for an hour and a half.
weekend.
Bouncing ahead of it.
Get with 50,000 watts. Like, you can go.
The edgiest show on radio.
Yeah. Wow.
And Cluck.
All right, let's sample some Greg and Cluck.
This is what replaced us. You know, when you get replaced by making and then they boot you to put the program director on the
Decency to give a call and say what, why, how, who.
Move the keys to Grand Rapids.
I just grabbed all the crap, threw it in a box, and moved it up here. I wasn't even thinking.
Well, dude,
Let's find out what he ended up doing.
yeah, dude, I'll take a barbecue with my brother-in-law and howl over that any day.
It was the worst. So I did what any self-respecting piece of white trash would do. We went.
Talking about lost keys and maybe
There's three parts to this. Obviously, I'm bouncing ahead. I'm doing this.
as a jock, you
Kind of at the seat
you
of my
talk
pants.
about your
I'm
born
looking-
weekend, and then of course your keys.
I'm looking for when they call.
Had fun dealing with Fareed, too.
Yeah, Fareed's gonna screw you in the end too. So keep doing
Double duty.
Well, dude, no.
Okay, here we go.
right to you.
Honest, stupid Gray and Cluck wannabe.
Let's discuss the Opie and Anthony radio career with the Gray and Cluck. Hello. Hello. Yeah, see, that's what brave radio guys do. That was Gray and Cluck. As soon as they realized it was us, of course they're gonna hang up.
Yeah.
Yeah, make all your jokes when we're not on the phone with you. More effing phonies in this business. We take it right to you. There you go. There's the brave Gray and Cluck.
Okay. It's coming. It's coming.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Gray.
Yo.
Why are you guys trashing us on your first day? You think that's like going to get the job done or what?
It's our third week.
Is it really? No one's paying attention.
This is the start of our third week.
And you're talking about barbecuing and losing your keys, and that's supposed to be the edgiest show on radio?
Oh man, I'll be completely honest. I was the PD when we signed you guys on.
Yeah, I understand that. And that's why you're doing the morning show now, because they're looking for something cheap. You know that, so why don't you tell your audience?
Opie, they flew me to Buffalo to find ways to promote the show. We didn't do anything with O&A on the cheap. In fact, it killed the radio station.
No. The listeners have said that they didn't see any promotion in Grand Rapids, Michigan whatsoever. And don't
Opie's right. They didn't do shit anywhere, ever.
bring up Buffalo. We were doing very well in Buffalo.
Oh, that's why I'm friends with those guys. I was out there with Evil Jim for 2 days trying to pick up anything and everything that I could to help promote that show.
Well, bro, stop being phony and making O&A jokes because you believed in the show. So just stop.
Dude, the only thing that we ever said on this show was that the ratings...
Hold on. We just played a clip.
We had to make a change because of the ratings. And that's the truth. You know how the game works, man. You're not new to this.
So you guys think you're going to get the ratings up now?
Dude, just the fact that we're local to Grand Rapids will result in more ratings.
Local. And
We beat the shit out of them. It was worse. Opie and Anthony didn't really get a foothold in our town. But this show, I mean, it was non-existent. No one ever listened to this show.
And so we're off in Buffalo also because of the ratings. We were doing very well there. Yeah. We're off in every Citadel station because of the ratings.
I had no idea that you guys were off in Buffalo.
Yeah, because Fareed, in his wisdom,
who's gonna
with his 85-cent stock that we got in at $19 a share, is cutting corners by getting rid of expensive programming, what he deems expensive, and putting in cheap programming. Look, he's got you doing double duty.
Well, dude, no, there's a couple of things there. One, he hired in a whole staff when you guys went away. We're not saving any money. We had to hire...
Believe me, he's saving money.
And believe me, no offense to you, I mean, we listened to some of the stuff you're doing today. That's not going to get the job done. It's going to be a nice local show. It'll be a safe show. But you're the program director, right?
Yeah.
How is that going to work when the program director is supposed to march into radio studios and go, look, guys, you can't do that. It's too edgy. So, of course, you're not going to do anything edgy or interesting because your job's on the line. It's stupid. And you did take a shot at us. We just played this clip a mere 10 minutes ago.
We're going to, if nothing else, if we can't do anything else with this show, we will shoot you straight and be honest with you. And if you're an O&A fan, apparently... no one from the ratings ever found you because one of the other morning shows in town, you ever want to crack them up, you don't have to try to tell them a joke or a witty story. Just go, Opie and Anthony, and they'll laugh themselves off their bar stool.
No, he's speaking for me. No, I was always concerned about Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, they're going to laugh themselves off their bar stools, really? Do you know what we've done with our careers, jackass?
Yeah, I do.
So do your effing show. You moved on from Opie and Anthony and just move on. You were a fan of the show, and now because we're not around, you're going to trash us?
Not at all.
No, it is kind of interesting, though, that Opie would get butt hurt. It's like, come on, man. Let's be honest here. All you did was say terrible things about people, so quit acting all butthurt.
When were you on Leno? When were you on Letterman? When did you guys do a comedy show in front of 10,000 people? Why don't you answer some of those questions? Are you a syndicated show across America on satellite radio?
Hey, when did you...
Now, him saying all this shit, that's embarrassing.
get your start in mornings?
4 years ago? 5 years ago?
When did you get your start with Anthony on the radio? When was your first Sunday on the air?
What is this, 10 questions? What does that have to do with anything? Just don't trash us. You guys decided to go in another direction, so do that.
Dude,
you know damn well you guys were fans of the effing show. All right, so it didn't work out. Don't take your stupid shots.
I told you. Dude.
Our careers are what they are. We've done very well for ourselves, and you know that.
And it didn't work here. Do you have any ideas, the PD?
And who's the dope laughing in the background? What have you done with your stupid career, dope?
Do you have any idea how annoying it is over the last 2 years to have this station beaten in Morning Drive by the Free Beer and Hot Wing show?
Well, I guess they like them a little better. What can I tell you?
At least I've heard of them.
So you're gonna now beat Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Not off the bat. We're starting.
No offense, but you're not, because
I hope he's right.
You're the PD. You can't do it. You can't do both jobs because you're supposed to be the guy who goes, "No, look, guys, you can't do that on the radio." So how's that gonna work?
That doesn't pertain to anything.
You're a shoot.
That's my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie. That was all very self-indulgent, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the give and take, and now. I think everybody's out of radio. Between the only one who is still in radio is Gray. After I took over on 107.3 and he was fired, he moved off to Montana. He's a radio boss at some cluster of stations where, like, they have lunch, and you got to go out and kill a bear for the lunch meeting. I I think he's doing okay. He just goes out and hunts and shit, and that's that. Cluck might still be doing something in radio. I don't know. Iraq says he had to move to nowhere just not to be fired again. Now, technically, Iraq and your old pal EZ are still radio stars. In the iHeart Radio music world radio thing. Yeah, we are actually stars with iHeart. I think combined we make like $15 an hour or something like that. And yeah, we have really hit our stride. Now, we each have to work 6 or 7 jobs just to make up for the strange wages that we make. Iraq's a prostitute, for fuck's sake. I guess Cluck now works for the Bear in Fort Wayne. Iraq adds, EZ needs to be on a bigger platform. It's criminal how many great broadcasters are not being heard. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? No. I'm just waiting. I'm biding my time. It will be in a matter of years that someone who might be able to help me get 100 viewers in one show was going to come a-calling. You know? That's what I'm waiting for. And until then, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing right now, earning $12 an hour, voice tracking Big 101.3 in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know what's remarkable? That of the $12 an hour I make to voice track, I make $5 an hour more to make French fries at Doug's restaurant. You have to laugh. All right. This trip down memory lane brought to you by Iraq. I'm not kidding you. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Iraq is so astute in our industry that when I see he's here, I sit up taller. Because I know it's awesome to have audience members who love the show, but this guy actually knows what the fuck he's doing. So thank you. Welcome. All right. Now, for those of you that are enjoying the show, not on Twitch, that would be Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm about to kick you out. Go to Twitch and sign up. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app. Search Eric Zane Live. Sign up there. Send me an email whenever you want on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I appreciate you. The Patreon is there for you to sign up. It is free for 7 days. That has really, really worked out fantastically so that people can give it a test drive. That's all you do is go to patreon.com/Eric Zane, sign up free for 7 days, and then sit back and enjoy. Enjoy the content on Patreon. I try to put enough up there so that I can get you through your day in addition to the free podcast. Some of you have jobs that are like, God damn it, I need something to listen to, man. I'm hoping you will try Patreon free for 7 days. patreon.com/Eric Zane. And as always, what I'm doing right now becomes the audio podcast, and you can download it wherever you download shows. E-Rock is here. You can go to Compound Media and sign up, subscribe. It's actually very cheap to subscribe to Compound Media, and there is in addition to, of course, the Anthony Cumia show, there is a stable of other fantastic shows for you to check out, especially if you're into people who don't think like me. Oh, my God. This is the posture that E-Rock has to assume after every time Anthony tweets. His hands over his face. Oh, my God. What a fucking psycho. Jesus Christ. All right. Have a good one. For the Twitch audience, it's just you and I. Twitch and Facebook brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EVX. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. I want to get in the habit of saying X, and I want to get in the habit of saying X, formerly known as Twitter. I want to get out of the habit of saying X, formerly known as Twitter. Everybody knows it now. I still think it sucks. I can't figure out why they would do that. E-Rock says, be a mensch and subscribe to Compound. Kyle says, why? Is Anthony a racist? Yes! Sure seems like it to me. All right. E-Rock says, no, subscribe to EZ. Oh, I get you. Thank you. No, I appreciate the help. It's taking forever to build a Twitch audience, but it seems to be doing better now. Twitch is one of the many things that I'm involved in that all help. All these little things that we do help keep me in business. So thank you very much for being part of it. The open and live stream also brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600 if you are in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which about 30% of my audience is in Grand Rapids. Take your cars there to get them repaired. Any type of work you need done, they will do it. And this isn't like the type of place where you go in there and there's some filthy grease monkey with his ass crack hanging out while the car is up on the lift and he's banging on the brake drum or the discs with a sledgehammer. His hands are filthy. He hears ding dong. You walk in and then he'll, yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, hey, I'm having a problem with my car. Yeah, it's going to be 3 months. Leave the keys. No. This is a professional organization. Veteran, lady, family owned. Centered in the middle of Grand Rapids, 3 blocks east of US 131 along 44th Street, Irvine's. ervines.com. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's. We're going to bring in Kyle from Dumpster Divers. I shouldn't even have said Dumpster Divers because he hasn't been a full-on sponsor. Well, he hasn't been a sponsor for like a year now. But I like Kyle. I know that's not the best business model, but I enjoy his companionship. And now I know what Joe Martinez is saying. Does that mean I can be on the show too? No, you're not nearly as interesting as Kyle. Besides, I don't want you to buy a Dumpster Divers dumpster or rent a Dumpster Divers dumpster until he is a sponsor of the show. In fact, if you need to rent a dumpster, you need to call him first and say, I'm going to call AAA Dumpster just because you're not advertising on the show. I don't know if that's going to work. All right. Let's bring him in here.
Hey, Zane, dude.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, dude. How you doing?
I saw your advertisement in the local Thrifty Nickel or whatever that fucking thing is.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. It was in my mailbox, and the back of it was facing up in the mailbox. And so right away, I was like, oh, my God, there it is. It's like
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2-inch by 1-inch ad on the back. And then on the front of it, it's what it is it looks to be like a publication, probably 10 pages, glossy print, thick stock paper, all sorts of ads in it with 3 stories about what the white people in Hudsonville, Michigan are doing.
Yeah, I know. The funny part is, part of the reason, and I think it's funny, actually. It's like funny when you think about how people run businesses, but the reason that we were kind of interested in doing it is I thought it would be like funny. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, it's Hudsonville. It's like it's a bunch of white people, so the white people would just love to hear about other white people. So I'm imagining that this magazine is going to be all over the place.
Oh yeah,
and it is, baby.
It is. That's the first time I've seen the fucking thing.
Well, damn, you know what I mean?
And then the articles are all like, let's catch up with the Van Camp family. And you see everybody's blonde, everybody's beautiful, the whitest people you've ever seen on the planet.
Yeah, and there's going to be, I have to check and see what it is, but essentially, because remember how I was telling you we got screwed kind of on the whole contract part of it? I got pissed about it and was like, me and the guy that like the sales guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this ain't cool. Like this ain't gonna fly. And he was like, oh, well, let me, So we got like the time shortened, which is good, which is gonna help us out with you for sure. But then also they gave us like a free, like we're getting like a huge, like a whole page.
Okay.
Article where it was basically like me writing a bunch of paragraphs. So that's going to pop up at some point.
Oh, so that's what I get it now. So this isn't like a journal. This is the whole thing is an advert. Let's catch up with Kyle on his dumpsters.
Yeah, basically, in my mind.
So are you suggesting that when you agreed to market with them, they're holding you to a contract so that you can't get out of it? It's like either way, you got to pay.
Well, so here's the crazy part. This is where it gets crazy. So we initially were advertising in like Ada or something like that, in like a different like version of the magazine,
okay,
with a different guy.
I see.
And this dude was like a hardcore, like I swear he was just slamming cocaine like every 20 minutes. You know what I mean? He was just wild, right? So we did that, but then he just like disappeared off the face of the earth, like probably, I don't know, death or, like smuggling. I don't know what that, he just disappeared. So we didn't know what the fuck was.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
Yeah, I was just saying, uh-huh.
Okay, and then we transferred to Hudsonville, but when we transferred to Hudsonville, which they said we could do all along, we're like, yeah, we want to transfer this same contract, so it'll be done after like a total of 9 months, which would have been like a long fucking time ago. And but somehow when they transferred over, they're like, oh no, it's a brand new contract for fucking like and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? So anyways, long story short, battles, and we kind of won.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's I saw your cute little ad, and there you go. Your money is better spent with me telling everybody to fuck off if they don't rent a dumpster diver's dumpster.
To be honest with you, I agree, dude.
That is, hey, if you don't use this dumpster company, you're an asshole. That's the ad. That's what you got to do.
Straight up, like that's like once this unnamed company gets like huge and you get to see like national advertisements across the country or whatever.
Yes,
it's gonna be your boy Kyle, and I'm gonna be fucking writing those commercials, and they're gonna be hilarious and to the point, just like that. You know what I mean?
All right. Question coming in from the audience. I think they're suspecting you might be a little loopy. The question is, have you ever heard of an incident that happened in American history called 9/11?
Yeah, I did hear about it.
How old were you on September 11th? I've probably asked you this before.
I was in 7th grade, so fucking 12, maybe 11, 12.
You
somewhere
were right here in West Michigan.
Yeah, yep. I was in Wyoming. When it happened, I was in science class. Well, we had just gotten into science class and the teacher wasn't there yet. And then he like wasn't there when the bell rang. And then he fucking like burst in the door and he was like, we ain't doing science today. Check this shit out. And we just kind of watched the whole thing go down.
Wow. So were both buildings struck at that point when he said,
no, we just the first one was, and then we saw the second one live and we were like, oh shit. You're like 12. So you're like going to freak out about it. So it was pretty crazy.
Wow. My God. And then, so were you like traumatized from that? That seems horrible that a teacher would say, hey, let's watch everybody jump out of the buildings.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I would say probably ill-advised on his part. You know what I mean? Like, he was probably like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, this is an important event in like history, so the kids should watch it or whatever. I think that he probably did not suspect another building would be smoked and people would start jumping out of windows and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Like, it is pretty ill-advised. But no, I wasn't traumatized. I was just like, yeah, this is pretty fucked up. But you know, it makes sense. You know.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole teacher. Is he still around? Jesus.
I don't know. He was like one of the better teachers of the school. He was pretty cool.
Fucking dick. Okay, man, here we are. You predicted that the Lions would score 21 points last week. They did, and they won.
So that was the joke. That's when I texted you. So I said that they were going to win by 21 points because I was being a fucking asshole. And I was like, yeah,
okay.
Maybe. So that's when I texted you. I was like, well, I did say 21 points, LOL. But yeah, so I was fucking wrong. But we got that win, baby, and I was fucking jacked up, dude.
I didn't sleep much that night. I was so excited.
I know. Yeah, straight up. We went over to Blue's parents' house, and they weren't even there, actually. So it was just us watching it at their house for some reason. They got a sweet-ass big TV. But so we were watching it, and then Jameson, he went to sleep. And so, Blue went in the room to make sure he was all asleep, and then she passed out. So I was just like all alone watching the game, and I'm like, fuck, like everybody's sleeping. So when shit gets crazy, like what am I supposed to do? I was yelling anyways, dude. I don't care.
I'm stoked, man. I'm trying not to get too wound up about it, but now after they get that one out of the way, that in theory is their toughest test of the whole year. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, because whenever I would go through like simulations of the schedule in my mind, I was always like, okay, they're probably not going to lose to the Chiefs. But then the one time I was like, you know what, they're going to fucking beat the Chiefs. I had them going 13-4, so let's see what happens, baby.
There's no reason why they can't win all their games. I'm telling you. I know it sounds ridiculous. Well, people would say that 13-4 sounds ridiculous. But fuck that. Now we got to win. We got to run the fucking table.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, yeah, I would say, yeah, fuck that. I say fuck that too. Yeah, because, I mean, you're right. So, I mean, straight up, we beat the freaking Chiefs. Now our defense is, like, the way that the defense operated, which was, like, very, like, bend, don't break, but, like, also, like, we just didn't let a lot of crazy shit happen except for like a couple minutes there in the second quarter. But like, it reminded me a lot of, and I don't know if you remember like specific teams, but it reminded me of the 2014 Lions where like our defense was just always good. Like it was just, we never had like, oh, we're getting fucked up moments. We were just like fucking other people up with our defense. But our offense was not as great that year. So if we can have a fucking good offense this year too, dude, yeah, then I'm with you. Let's win all these fucking things.
No one's talking about the unbelievable defensive performance by the New York Jets. They don't even fucking need Aaron Rodgers. Their defense, they can win 9 games this year with their defense. That was the lost story and everything with all the thing about Aaron Rodgers destroying his Achilles tendon, which is the craziest fucking thing in the world to me, that after all of that, he gets 4 plays and he's done for the year. My God.
I know, and like straight up, it's fun. It's funny, but not funny in the same time. And it's funny because it's Aaron Rodgers and fuck Aaron Rodgers, and you shouldn't be like a cocky fucking asshole 24/7 all the time. But on the other side of it, here he is like trying to be like a spiritual dude this summer. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do drugs in the fucking woods. I'm gonna fucking be in the darkness and make my decision, which actually, like, personally, as a human being, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that's cool, dude. Go do your thing in the woods, dude, and figure it out.
Okay.
But now he made the wrong fucking decision, apparently, because he's fucking, the karma came and got him and said, fuck that, dude.
That was so fucked up, man. My God.
The weirdest part when I was like, okay, so he hurts his Achilles tendon or whatever, and then he just pops up and I don't understand why he was like just like standing up. He's like looking at the sideline, he's like totally chill, and then he was like, okay, I'll fall down. I'm like, if I'm tearing my Achilles tendon, I think what you would see is me literally rolling on the ground all over the whole field screaming. Now,
what I have read about the Achilles is there's not a lot of nervous tissue, like it's a thick, hard tendon, and when it does go, the noise and the shock is, oh my God, and but it's not exactly the most intense pain you're going to have, but your foot doesn't work anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, I guess that does make sense. Yeah. I'm pretty slow and like not very athletic, so I don't think I can even move my body fast enough to tear anything. You know what I mean?
I know it, but sometimes it's just the simplest things, and your Achilles goes, and then that's it. You're not going to move for 1 year. Enjoy that. Oh my God, I cannot even imagine. You know?
Yeah, so you're saying, like, what was the score of that game? The Jets actually have a good defense, that you're saying?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I forgot the guy's name, but one dude had 3 interceptions. Not the guy that everybody said should. I don't know shit about shit, but their defensive secondary is fantastic, and they caused Josh Allen to play like shit the whole game.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! Cool. Well, do we play the Jets this year?
I don't
even fucking know.
I don't know. I don't know that we do. But it was cool to see them win. And their quarterback is known as the MILF Hunter.
Zach Wilson. Yeah, for sure.
He's a guy. Didn't he bang his mom's best friend?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think his mom said, "Here, have sex with my son," or some shit like. Can you imagine that? How horrible that would be? Can you imagine, Kyle, if you were having sex with your mom's best friend?
You know what the worst part is? And I hope nobody that fucking is my mom's friend ever listens to this show. But, like, here's what pisses me off about the world, dude. Is, like, you hear these stories and, there's the porn world out there that gives you, like, false hopes. But then you end up you're me in your life, and then all of your mom's friends are just fucking fat, ugly people. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like I'm never, who am I going to bone, dude? Nobody, dude. I just got to fucking go out there in the wild and try to find a MILF, which never happened. So, whatever. Dude.
Well, what's interesting, and that's a good point, because women now who are, like, when I was growing up, and if I were to encounter a friend of my mother's who's in her 40s or 50s, they looked like they were 80 or 90.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Now, older women stay attractive for a longer amount of time these days than they did back then. If you're a 29-year-old woman in 1979, you look like a big bag of shit.
Yeah, well, of course, back then, I think people were, like, railing cigs 24/7.
Oh, yeah. People were so fucked up. I mean, my God. And now you can be attractive for a much longer amount of time because women, I don't know what the fuck happened. It's like an unbelievable trend in a good direction,
For sure. No, you're right. And the funny thing is, like, I've actually thought about that in a non thinking about women type way. Like, I thought about this when I was younger, actually, like in high school, like when you get to middle school and get to high school. Like, to me, every generation or like every year, like people just generally look younger. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, I feel
right.
Like when I first got to high school, I was like, these seniors look fucking old, dude.
Yeah.
And then when I was a senior, I was like, I still pretty much look like a freshman.
Exactly.
Feel like, you know what I mean?
I still feel like a 9th grader right now.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
Well, like if you think about it, nowadays, every day we have another story about a hot teacher banging a student. When I was growing up, there isn't. I would be more like, my female teachers were so ugly. I was more attracted to the men teachers than I was the female teachers. It was that bad. They're fucking ugly as shit.
So now we're finding the root cause of the Eric Zane wanting to maybe suck a cock. We're finding the root cause now. We're going all the way back to school, baby. And you're like, you know what? I might bone one of these dudes.
Yeah. I mean, there was a better chance that I was going to have sex with Mr. Petrosella than I was whoever, My God.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Like, and this is funny, too, because, related to like what I was just talking about, my mom's friends. Like, middle school, like, right when you're coming into, like, you're fucking, like, yeah, dude, like, chicks, baby. We got, like, this one fucking lady who you can, like, see through her hair, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't have any fucking hair. Really, you got fucking these big, huge, fat people, like, teachers, like, going down the hallway, fucking knocking kids. You know what I mean? It's just like no fucking hot teachers, and I'm right there with you, dude. And it's like, where's the hot people?
Yeah.
They're not in West Michigan, maybe.
Nowadays, from age 6 up is an opportunity for a boy to get laid.
I know. Seriously, I kid you not. When I went to high school, that was 2003, 2004. I think that was the first year. The year we got to 9th grade, a 6th grader got pregnant in the school that we just came from. And I was like, 11, dude? She's fucking pounding at 11, dude? But then, so I'm only 14 at this time. So in my head, I'm like, damn, dude, where were these chicks when I was in 6th grade? But on the flip side of it, if you have a kid in 6th grade, you're probably fucked for who knows how long. Probably forever, dude.
Oh, I cannot imagine having a kid when you're 11, 12 years old. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just imagine being 16 at your kid's 5th birthday party.
Oh, my God. Well, just
and you're just like, I want to fucking party. And they're like, I want to fucking party. And you're like, yeah, we're basically the same.
You know, if mom's 50, the kid's 39. What the fuck?
Oh man, there's just weird situations. So yeah, you're right. Nowadays that was 2003, 2004. We're 20 years later now. Yeah, there's probably 7, 8-year-olds out there going like, hey, what do you pay me? And it's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Dude.
Yes, and it's all the internet's fault. All these kids do is get it all from the internet, and but the internet's not going anywhere. You know who pisses me off the most is people who say, let's go and unplug and get away from the internet. And it's like, no, the internet is awesome. Are you kidding me? No, it's better than everything in the world. If I'm at the Grand Canyon looking down and I see something interesting on my phone, fuck that Grand Canyon. That's going to be there forever. I got to read this shit right now.
Straight up, I think about this. Well, actually, not all the time because it'd be stupid of me to think about this all the time. But sometimes I'll think about how weird it is to think back to high school. Like when we had to do research projects, we had to fucking walk our asses down to the library and get the encyclopedias out and then basically say all the shit that was in the encyclopedias in our paper. But yeah, nowadays it's it'd be you just fucking hop on the internet and you're probably just typing in whatever and putting it into your paper. And the teachers probably at this point can't even tell what's real and what's not anymore either. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Not only that, they can just go and download a paper if they want. And I know there's been a lot of talk about libraries. People have been doing all that book banning and shit like that. And some people are
yeah.
And I think it was Nick who said, fuck the library. We don't even need it anymore. Do you think that's true? Do you think we even need libraries anymore?
Oh, geez. Fuck, that's a fucking good question, Eric. You know why? Because it's what does the library stand for? You know what I mean? Because it's you could take away the library, and I feel like it'd be similar to almost if you took away fucking the lunchroom or something. You know what I mean? Hey, you can still eat, just not in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a thing. So yeah. I don't know, but you're right, because I guess here's the funny side of it. If all the libraries and all the schools went away, then the employment rate of old, mean, bitchy ladies is going to go down drastically, dude. And then they're going to get fucking
That's
pissed.
True.
And there's going to be a huge movement, dude.
Dan says old people and the homeless need the library. Oh, come on. That's another. That's another reason to not go to the library. I don't want to go to the yeah, okay, great. And then Corey says
if it's going to be old people and homeless people, it's not a calling card for me.
No.
It's not making me want to go there.
That place is going to smell like shit. Corey says the homeless people just jack off in libraries.
That's it. That's literally what I was just thinking. It was I was going to say, number one, I don't think old people are, I don't know this for sure because I don't go to libraries, but are old people going to libraries? I feel like they're barely getting out of their houses. And if they are, they're running over mailboxes and shit and barely getting there. But you're right. The homeless people in the library, oh, for sure, dude. They're just jacking off right into the pages.
Yeah, they open up the book, jizz in the book, and then they smash it like a fucking sub sandwich and put it back.
Yeah, I think they call that a literary Danish in the homeless community.
Wow. You know, I really like the silly nature of how we get to these points. If you were to plot out our conversation in a kind of like a schematic, it would be interesting to see how we got to the point where 20 minutes ago I was saying hello, and 21 minutes later we're talking about jizzing in a book and putting it, closing it, and putting it back on the shelf.
Yeah, how do we get there? And, you know, as you were just saying that, I was just thinking about, like, imagine this, Eric Zane. Like, imagine, like, you and I do this, like, a long fucking time, right? We're just, like we're on the air right now, so we fucking, like, have to continually talk, so there's not, like, awkward space. But then, like, what if we got so used to that, like, I was just, like, hanging out with you in real life, and we, like, had this weird, like, cognitive dissonance that we could not stop talking, and we just talked to each other for, like, 4 hours straight because we just had to.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
Yeah, we would have to keep moving. So if we were in the same spot, and then, like, let's say we were at my house and you were just hanging out, like, my wife would throw herself out of the window. So we'd have to, like, say, hey, Kyle and I are going to go for, like, a 4-hour walk. And that's what we would do. And then the walk would probably get struck by cars because we'd be having so much fun. We'd wander out in the street and get killed.
It's possible, you know what I mean? I feel like if you're in a good conversation, most of the time you're, like, sitting down. But if you're not, yeah, you don't even know where the fuck you are. Like, right now, I've just been walking around the office aimlessly as I'm on this conversation.
That's exactly
I don't
right.
know how many times I've been back and forth. You know what I
It's
mean?
remarkable. If there was you could put a camera on you, people would just be like, oh, he's talking to that fucking moron again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, give my best to everybody there. I hope you find a lot of shit in the dumpster. And, yeah, go Lions Sunday. Host Seattle. It's going to be loud as fuck.
Yeah, dude, get ready for those ski masks, baby. Well, if the fucking security team will I bet you the security team will bum the fuck everybody out.
Yeah.
You can't wear those fucking masks.
Because the idea,
maybe.
I think the one guy for the team, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he was walking around the locker room wearing a blue ski mask, telling everybody, hey, we'll get these ski masks. And so now everybody's buying the fucking ski masks. They're going to wear them inside.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You know, like, on, like Friday or, like, Saturday, the security team, they're like, all hands on deck. We're having a fucking meeting. Get in here. And then you know they're just going to be telling them, if you see anybody with a mask, you fucking kick their ass out. And you're like, come on, dude.
I hope not. Why would they do that? I don't understand.
Straight up, one time, this is, like, totally unrelated, Eric saying, but me and my dad went to an Alice Cooper concert one time at, what's that casino in Mount Pleasant?
Soaring Eagle.
Soaring Eagle, yeah. So we went to an Alice Cooper concert, and we were, like, kind of front row. So that, for me, means I'm going to dress up like Alice Cooper and, like, paint my face and wear a wig and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they would not let me into the casino because they're like, yeah, you can't have that shit on because we can't see your face, so you're going to rob us. And I'm like, what, dude? Like, so they made me go take it off. So anyways, point being, yeah, I feel like the security team's going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to be all fucked up. If you have the mask on, we're going to, whatever. I don't understand security teams.
Dave says, maybe it's just me, but ski mask for Detroit Lions fans, maybe not the best look. Well, I don't know. I mean, who gives a shit? It's at the football game. Who cares? I mean, yes, those people might wear those to rob banks in the area, but they're not going to. I mean, come on now. I love it.
Yeah,
I want one.
I'm totally with you.
I want one. Okay. All right, dude. Be safe out there, and I will talk to you very soon.
All right. Love you guys.
Yeah, man. Love you too. That is Kyle from Dumpster Divers. He is awesome. God, I have fun talking to that guy. We could just go on and on and on, talking about nothing. He is what you call a yes and guy. You know? He can do a morning show. I really believe that. Well, I shouldn't say a morning show on the radio. He'd get fired because he'd swear. But who cares? He's joining me here. I love that guy. Okay. So your old pal EZ has to go tinkle. Stay right there. Talk amongst yourselves. Have fun. And I'll be back. Interesting conversation on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast to Linda was, who do you hate more, Justin or Jamingo? And she said, well, Justin's just an idiot. He's not steeped in hate. Justin is who I prefer 10 out of 10 times. Ashley asks Linda, you have to marry Justin or Jiz? Who's it going to be? She said, Justin. Gross. I agree with that. If I had to choose between having sex with Jamingo or Justin, I would have sex with Justin. All right. That's where I stand on all of that. Hey, guys, do you remember on the show earlier when we were having a discussion with Amanda, who created a fat people support group so that we could make good food choices and exercise a little more to try to stay healthy and live a long, healthy life and lose a little weight? She called it Fraudulent Fatties. And then she abandoned the group. First, she started with, hey, everybody, guess what? I'm exercising. I did a workout today. I'm only eating protein pastries. And then now, here we are, days removed, and she's offering us nothing but bullshit excuses. Do you guys remember that? Look, and you see, she said there, oh, yeah, well, it was busy. It was a shit show week. Aside from everyone in your inner circle dying and you're having to deal with all the funerals, which didn't happen, that's the only excuse that's acceptable. There are no acceptable excuses for what went on there. None. I don't buy any of that. No more bullshit from you. You created the group so that we could all work together, and then you bailed on the group and offered us nothing but excuses. Okay? Get your head in the game, jerk. My God, you can't be days into it and then all gung-ho and then you fucking AWOL us. Some more marry, kill, fuck suggestions. Justin, Gizmongo, or Smug Beer? Linda says, well, kill Gizmongo, obviously. We know Smug Beer is not a great husband, so I'd have to suffer through effing him and marry wet pea mouth Justin. Now I need a shower. Wow. Maureen is on board describing Amanda as the definition of fraudulent. I think she's describing Amanda as fraudulent. Let's see. EZ, in your gay life, what's your answer? Kill Gizmongo. See, what I love about this game is you have to explain and justify. Kill Gizmongo for obvious reasons. I would have sex. I would F Justin. And I would marry Freebeer. Okay? Now, why? First of all, Justin, well, he might be a pretty good lay, and I could donkey punch him. And marry Freebeer because I could then, every day, make his life miserable. And boy, would I. I'd poison him. Describing Justin as having a tiny meth weenie is hilarious. So that's my Mary F. kill. Gizmongo, Justin, and Freebeer. I would absolutely do those things. Kill Gizmongo. Get him out of the society. Everybody's better off. Have a passionate love making with Justin. Donkey punch him. And then I would marry Freebeer and stay with him for the rest of my life and just have a party. It would be so much fun. All right. So stupid. All so dumb. Advertise on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, and I will tell you how. I'll put you in front of thousands of people each and every week. It's very simple. Just send me an email, and I'll talk you through it. Reach out to me in the Shoreliners strifing inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Advertisers like Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. Now I want to talk. I've talked about health insurance and Medicare and Social Security and healthcare.gov, but it's also important to establish a life insurance policy. That's what my dad did. He sold life insurance. When I was 18, I bought my first policy for me. And I've continued to do that. I've always had a healthy amount of life insurance. Basically, if I died, the queen of the forest would be set for life. She will not have to work another day ever. You should do that too. Look into a life insurance policy with Frank Fuss. And seriously, the small amount of money you pay goes a long way with peace of mind, knowing that if something happens to you, your family is taken care of. You should especially consider this. Just do it if you are getting married or have children. Get a life insurance policy. Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance will do just that. He will shop the best policies for you and present them to you, and then you pick. How much does it cost you to have Frank do this for you? Zero. Nothing. It's one of my favorite things in the world, the fact that Frank has these great services, getting you in a life insurance policy, getting you in your health care, and you don't pay him. You just pay for the policy like anybody else would. Okay? Do not go cheap on insurance. And frankly, you can get a ton of insurance for like next to nothing. Some of these term policies are just spectacular, especially if you're super preferred, like your old pal EZ. You get the most in return because you live a healthy life. And, well, maybe not now, being that I'm a fraudulent fat fuck, but it's the same policy they don't change it on you. Reach out to Frank today at mypolicyshop.com. If you're in the market for a mortgage, the one person you should call from anywhere in the United States is Mario. Trust this man named Mario, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Anywhere in the United States, get your mortgage through Mario, 231-332-6505. Call today. Whether it's your first mortgage, your 10th, whether you're getting some money out of your home that you've lived in for quite some time, you want to pay some bills, maybe do some home improvements, maybe get a new pool cover for your money pit pool in the backyard, 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hire me on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. I wonder if the one I did yesterday is available to review. You can book me for a Cameo for just $20. This is what you do. Go to cameo.com /Eric Zane, and there I am. You can select the video type: birthday, question, advice, pep talk. Click pep talk, and then hire me to give Amanda one. You can go a roast, fantasy football, other. Okay? Hire me and have me insult you. I can tell your husband to get out. I can call your loved ones, and I can tell your loved ones that you're pregnant. I guess I don't have the one from yesterday up. I wish I did. It was so much fun. I don't know what the fuck they do. These are all old as shit. Anyway, cameo.com/Eric Zane. Just $20. Great fun. Shoot, like $1.50 a week can get you $100,000. Says Zippo Zane. Don't recognize the name, but welcome. All right. Ton of other things that I wanted to get into today that I haven't even touched on. Have you ever heard of a dog called a Belgium Malinois? I don't know. It looks like a German Shepherd, kind of. Belgium, and then the second word is Malinois. Does anyone know how to spell it? Belgium Malinois? I think that's how you say it. But this is the smartest, most skilled, most athletic dog on the planet. These dogs are known for their sniffing ability, their leaping ability, their brains. Tactically, they are perfect for law enforcement. And in fact, that fugitive who just got busted. Hold on, let me back up here. This is the Belgian Malinois. Right here. It looks a lot like a German Shepherd. Malinois. Belgian Malinois. Okay. This is the dog that busted the escaped fugitive from Pennsylvania. Remember that guy that climbed that fucking wall? You know, to get out of the prison? Which, what a design flaw on the prison there. Who, I think someone else had escaped a similar way. Well, he ended up getting caught. His name is something Cavalcante, right? Isn't that his name? Well, Cavalcante's wandering around, and the dog caught him, and look at what the dog did to him. It bit his fucking face off. Actually, the dog bit his scalp, and he was bleeding all over. He wasn't really hurt that bad. They finally caught the fucker. Here's another picture you need to see of him. Look at, he's laying on the ground with all these badasses that look like they're getting to go kill Osama bin Laden. And the dog is right at his feet. Look at the look on the dog's face. The dog is like, move one more time, motherfucker. I dare you. I dare you to move. Oh, my God. I love that. Here he is again. Look at the dog. He's got a hold of the guy's feet. Nobody gets hurt. They catch the bad guy. I would love to be the dog handler, one of these guys who realizes you got him, you know, and then sicks the dog on him. Now, a little bit more to this story. It was by pure luck that he was caught. He's wearing a Philadelphia Eagles sweatshirt. Dan says dogs don't like Eagles fans. So this is somewhere in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter, but it was pure luck that this guy was found. And here's what happened. Some dude, a resident in a neighborhood, is in his house, and he's going to go out for a smoke. And he had already set his alarm. So he opened the door, and his alarm went off. And while he's dismantling it, all the cops there that are in the area, the general area, looking for this Cavalcante dude, who is a convicted murderer, the cops start racing towards where the alarm was going off because it notifies dispatch. And, you know, like if my alarm goes off, if I dismantle it or turn it off, I'll get a phone call and they'll say, hey, everything okay? Yes. We see you disarmed your... I go, yeah, that was me. Oh, okay, thanks. What is your code word? I give them the code word. Well, they skipped all that shit with dispatch. And the guy goes out to get a smoke, and he sets his alarm off accidentally. Completely unrelated. Well, the cops start driving towards the area, as I understand this. And then so they're all in the area, and then one of the helicopters starts going towards that area, and they have what do you call it? Sensitive heat like signature. Like if you're a person in the woods at night, it's like Predator. Remember that movie Predator? You can sense the heat. Eric Zane code word is foot jack. Corey says. So the helicopter sees something that looks weird, hiding and not moving. So they send these Rambo fuckers over there with this crazy fucking dog. And they go, yeah, we think you got him. Let the dog loose. And attacks the fucker, bites his head. And then they got him. There's more to this story that I want to get to. I know some of you want to get into. In fact, I'll just get into it now. After they capture the guy, all of these badasses, and there's a story here I'll link it up. It says how a late night cigarette break led authorities right to escape prisoner Danilo Cavalcante's hiding place. So that's how it went down. But so you've got these dozen or 2 dozen or so army guys tracking him down. And afterwards, you know, like when you make a big drug score, they end up taking a picture of like the good guys after they, get the drugs, and they're all, and maybe they'll take a picture of the bad guy. Remember when who was that drug lord in Medellin? His name was Pedro something. He had all the hippopotamuses. That show Narcos was based on him. God damn it. And they ended up catching him, and then they killed him and took a bunch of pictures around. They go, yeah, fuck yeah, we got him. I know his first name is Pedro. Fuck. 80s. You know what I'm talking about? In my brain, I keep thinking Hershey bar. Pedro Hershey bar. Corey says his first name is Pablo. Escobar! Pablo Escobar. Pedro Hershey bar. What an asshole. Fuck. Damn it. By the way, Bob of Oliver says that this was getting a little too close for comfort, only about 40 miles away from where I am. Yeah. Jesus. Well, check this out. All these badasses gathered around the bad guy. Like, the bad guy is here in the gray, Cavalcante, and here's the dog that bit his head. And all these guys, and here's the cop taking the smile. I love that. And now, because everyone's a pussy, experts are saying that was inappropriate. Bullshit. No. They should have shot a video live on FaceTime of every one of those guys stomping that motherfucker out. That would have been appropriate. Fuck that guy. I don't like that we live in a world where people are like, I said appropriate. Show some compassion. Oh my God. This is terrible. Taking a picture with a convicted murderer who was on the run with a high-powered rifle after stealing a truck, stealing a van, and oh my God, we gotta think about him. He's a victim. You assholes. Police experts said the celebratory moment after the grueling 14-day search for the armed suspect was inappropriate and dehumanizing. God damn it. That is ridiculous. Bruce is having a shit fit over here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. They're proud of their work. I'm not bothered at all by the fact that they took a photograph with him in custody, said Police Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens, focused on the authorities' hard work under trying circumstances. Policing experts said the practice of snapping photos, especially after a successful arrest, is not uncommon, but has become more prevalent with the advent of smartphones, while many law enforcement agencies have tried to create conduct guidelines for social media use, including barring posts to personal pages while wearing a uniform. Okay, great. But so what? So what that they did this? All right, this is a long, boring article that goes along with this. Niles Wilson, the Senior Director of Law Enforcement Initiatives at the Center for Policing Equity and a retired police captain in Newark, New Jersey, says these celebratory photos are reminiscent of photos taken during the Civil War era, depicting police brutalizing people in order to suppress them. Way different. I'm shocked you are retired blue. You are a disgrace to policing with that comment there, you asshole. It's not appropriate. It's not ethical. It's really inhumane. It is? So, okay, the police dog just ate this guy's face off. No problem. It's the picture that's the problem. You got this. Both of those things are fine, by the way. Wilson said, I wish I could give you a reason that this happens. In my law enforcement experience, I know how amped up police can get, but that's not an excuse to mistreat someone. My God. That's embarrassing. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Belgium Malinois in action. All right. Here we go. Video check, audio check. It starts with this dog having the ability to balance a cup of water on its head while it's walking. Are you kidding me? Listen to this music. This is like this is the type of music that, you know, some of our patriots in the United States listen to while they're beating up black people. Watch this jump. Now, if you're listening to the audio podcast, I'm sorry, but we're about to see a Belgian Malinois jump about what looks to be 30 feet. Look at that fucker. He just keeps going. Watch this. He's going to jump on this guy's back and then climb this like 50-foot wall. Okay, he didn't climb the wall there, but he was way high in the air. Look at him. Hi, everybody. Look at me. I'm awesome.
But it's slowing traffic.
My God. God forbid if there's a car there. I love this one. The dog's walking up the wall. Oh my God. How? How is this happening? This is not a dog that you get to keep as a pet.
Him right during the run.
Okay. All they'll do is just, if you're not like taking the dog out for a run or to bite somebody's balls off or to climb a mountain or to climb a wall, it's just going to attack you. Jesus. All right, so there you go. That is the Belgian Malinois. Love that. Dan says, can he hold a basketball? I see a new league forming. Folks, thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez, one of my favorite people on the planet, is the man, and he wants to service your furnace during this upcoming heating season. If you just flip on the furnace, for God's sake, you're doing a disservice. You could damage your equipment. It could blow up on you, for God's sake, and then you're left buying a brand new one from Joe. Get it serviced. Twice a year is when you should see Joe. See him when it's getting ready to start keeping your house warm and to keep your house cool. Tuning up the AC in the furnace. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. That's 616-516-8579. Oh, this is great. I do want to get to this. I've been meaning to, so this might go a little long. I was sent a TikTok video from a creator going over a story about a cop who was responding to a call, and he was driving way too fast down a road, and he struck and killed a 23-year-old young lady pedestrian. Horrible. Another cop who was involved with, as a first responder or whatever, was involved in this. And then he was on the phone or something like that with dispatch, not sure what. In fact, I'm just going to let her tell the story. This is okay. This is going to steal asshole of the day right here. Audio check, video check. Let us begin.
Officer Dan Arterer with the Seattle Police Department is on blast after his own body cam footage was released to the public showing his complete disregard and disrespect for a 23-year-old woman who was hit and killed by another Seattle police officer. It all started back in January of 2023 when another officer, Officer Kevin Dave, was responding to an unrelated overdose call. He was traveling 74 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone and hit and killed a 23-year-old grad student who was using the crosswalk. Officer Arterer was assigned to the case to establish whether or not Officer Dave was under any type of influence when he hit and killed the woman. Be warned, what you're about to hear is truly disgusting and hard to hear.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead. No, it's a regular person. Yeah. Yeah, just write a check. Just... $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man. What to do? Oh, no. I can just imagine what that guy is thinking. The cop. At the moment in time when he realizes what he is saying is being recorded, there was probably a little, I shouldn't have done that. And then, well, maybe no one will notice. And I'm just curious the backstory of how this came to light, because no one knows he's saying that. So whoever he's talking to, his supervisor there, I guess, who I think made the first joke when he said, yeah, she is dead. The supervisor, you notice that then he's listening. The supervisor said something first that made him laugh. So the supervisor should be in trouble too. Or, I mean, I know that that's horrible, but I don't think anything criminal happened there. I think in the court of public opinion, these people are doomed, but I think that might be enough. I honestly don't know if there's anything that can happen to this guy. I don't know if you can just be taking people off the job because they say obnoxiously rude and terrible things at inappropriate times. I don't know if that's the world that we need to be living in. You know, terrible, yeah. Dark, the darkest. More than one person has said something similar to a lot of times people in those fields respond horribly. Tyler says, I will say, having been in this world, first responders develop a very dark sense of humor over time, but this one is a little much. Donut Dan said, I would guess that the other person on the phone asked if it was a homeless person. Nick says there was a great episode of Theo Vaughn's podcast, I guess, with a retired cop. He said they deal with all shit they witness with real dark humor. Nate says, I mean, it's no kids eating vaginas, but it's still a joke. Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. This new person I don't recognize, this is Crimson Chin, says, you're telling me there's corrupt police officers? I'm shocked. Well, I don't think there's anything corrupt involved in that. I think it was just horrible. You know, I don't think that was, yeah, that was absolutely horrible. But I don't think I can go out on a limb, enough of a limb, and say this guy's life should be over. He should be fired. I don't know if I can do that. Ugly? Yes. I think that at the end of the day, though, a stupid comment like that involving something that was seen horrible like that, that if you get down to brass tacks, that guy is not wishing anybody to die and would always respond appropriately. I give a cop benefit of the doubt in most instances, an opportunity to explain. So I would need to hear that first before I drop the hammer on this guy, you know. Grimson Chin says, excuse me, I should have said pieces of shit police officers. Well, I come on now. I'm sure that there's, at the end of the day, most police officers would do the right thing. Sure, you will get corrupt cops, but I'm not going to go ahead and paint with a broad stroke. I haven't walked a step in a first responder's shoes. Very easy to attack the police and lump them in together, but we all know deep down that it's dangerous to do that. Just like you wouldn't say all podcasters are evil pieces of shit. You know? Dan says police, fire, EMS, and the military do deal with tragedy in dark ways. I know from experience that bad humor is sometimes a coping mechanism. Dan, for years, was a cop. I forget where. Was it Grand Rapids? Were you a Grand Rapids cop? Crimson Chin says, laugh my ass off. Okay, Zane. Well, I'm just saying, man. I don't think all cops want to do what you suggest. Kalamazoo was where our pal Dan was a cop. I can think of one podcaster with the initials JJ who's an evil piece of shit. I disagree. He's just ignorant. And not all old people have the ability, like me, to listen and change a viewpoint on the world. John is not capable of that. Your old pal EZ is. If you were to listen back to me from 4 years ago, I probably had a much different view of the world than I do now. You have to be willing to adapt and think. John does not have that because he's ignorant. All right. I'm out of time. The asshole of the day, though, needs to happen. Let's go back. I don't have the name, but I gotta find it. Yes, I do have it. You don't remember it either, but it's from a story we had just a handful of minutes ago about Cavalcante being arrested, and then they took a picture with him. And then the one guy from the Center for Police Equity, Niles Wilson, is the asshole all butthurt because law enforcement took a picture of the bad guy after the dog ate his face off. Niles Wilson is the dickhead. He is the asshole of the day. Great job by those cops. In my opinion, they should have taken it a step further and beat the shit out of the guy. That is my time on the Eric Zane Show podcast. The Patreon is next. Have a good day. Bye-bye.